You didn't plan for this. One sentence ended everything. I'm not happy. Rock bottom, heavy chest, sleepless nights. If that's you, listen. This isn't a pep talk. It's a map. From devastation to a steadier life. From proving your worth to owning it. Here's what brings your peace back. Acceptance before answers. Letting go of roles and things. Rebuilding body, money, and mission. One choice you make today that shortens the healing. By the end, you won't ask, how do I get her back? You'll ask, how do I get myself back? Stay. If you're newly separated or freshly divorced, your body knows before your mind does. The chest pressure, the restless nights, the sudden quiet that feels like judgment. You keep glancing at the phone. You reread old threads. You scroll for a sign that never comes. Your nervous system wakes before dawn. Adrenaline, then emptiness. Coffee doesn't touch it. Music doesn't soothe it. You sit there, present, but not really here. Your reply sentences. You bargain with what-ifs. If I'd said less. If I'd tried more. If I'd swallowed that last comment. You design a rescue mission for something that died months, even years ago. Not because you're foolish. Because you're human. Because hope, when it's tired, looks a lot like denial. Here's the first truth. Rock bottom is not the place you prove her wrong. It is not a courtroom. Not a stage. Not a final exam you can study your way through. Rock bottom is the off switch. The end of performing. The moment you put down the script, you kept rewriting alone. It's the place you stop trying. Not because you're weak, because the show is over. You didn't miss a signal last week. You saw them for years. You were loyal to the story. That loyalty hurt more than the ending. Acceptance isn't surrender. It's oxygen. Say it out loud softly, to no one in particular. It's over. Hausen. We are separate. I am safe. Then breathe. Sit with the discomfort, without adding a plan. Drink a glass of water. Step outside. Let your eyes find one steady thing, a tree, a building, the morning sky, and stay there until your breath lengthens. Accept what is without judgment. Not the spin. Not the reasons. Not the blame that keeps you busy. Just the fact of it. The door closed. The chapter ended. You don't have to like it to stop arguing with it. Stop negotiating with a door that has already closed. No more letters you'll never send. No more late-night drafts that trade dignity for a 2 a.m. reply. No more scrolling through her life like a highlight reel of what you aren't. You won't fix this. And you don't even want to. Not really. What you want is to stop bleeding. What you want is clarity. When the fog lifts, you'll see it. The thing you were begging to keep was also the thing teaching you to disappear. Let acceptance be your first act of self-respect. I will not argue with reality today. I will not chase what is walking away. I will not make myself small to be chosen. Then, almost quietly, appreciation sneaks in. Not for the pain, for the air. For the room to move, without stepping on eggshells. For one honest morning where you make breakfast for one. And it's enough. For the silence that isn't punishment anymore, it's space. You're not dead. You're still here. Your hands still work. Your mind is still building. Your heart, even bruised, still tells the truth. And a life without walking on eggshells might be worth exploring. A home where you don't measure every sentence. A day that isn't scored by someone else's mood. A calendar that answers to your values. That thought alone is a crack of daylight. Keep it. Put your feet on the floor. Name the day, not the past. One breath, one glass of water, one honest step. Rock bottom isn't the end. It's the ground you rise from. Divorce doesn't just end a relationship. It collapses an identity. Husband, protector, provider in a shared story. When the role is stripped away, the pain you feel is often attachment pain. You weren't just losing a person. You were losing a story about yourself. Pain feeds on clinging. To the role, to the house, to the life you imagined. The more you grip, the more it hurts. This is where most men get trapped in the museum of what used to mean something. Let it go. Not because none of it mattered, but because you matter more than any role you played. Who you are wasn't taken. It was buried. Character doesn't get awarded in court. It gets remembered in silence. Release the attachment to roles, labels, and things. Not overnight, habit unravels slowly. But every day you choose authenticity over the old costume, pain loosens its teeth. Here's what identity shock looks like up close. You reach for we, and the word doesn't fit. You stand in the kitchen and realize the calendar is empty of someone else's plans. You drive home and catch yourself parking on your side of the garage, out of habit. Rituals keep moving when relationships stop. That's why they sting. Don't fight the sting. Name it. This hurts because I attached my worth to that role. Then breathe. Attachment talks in absolutes. Always. Forever. Never. Reality speaks in today. Today is smaller. Cleaner. Bearable. Start with objects that hold weight. They shouldn't. The spare ring in the drawer. The photos that pull you backward more than they help you remember. The chair that was hers. You don't have to burn the past. Box it. Label it. Bless it. Move it out of the room where you're trying to build a future. Then move to language. Retire apologies for existing. Retire. I should have kept it together. Adopt sentences that anchor. I can be a good man without that role. I choose a life that fits the man I'm becoming. Identity shock also shows up in community. Some friends were really couple friends. Some invitations were really her invitations. Let that revelation be information, not indictment. Your circle will shrink before it grows. That's normal. Empty chairs make space for honest company. You will miss the uniform, the easy introduction that told the room who you were. Husband. Family man. Without it, you may feel exposed. Good. Exposure is where authenticity breathes. Without the costume, you will have to be someone, not something. To steady yourself, rebuild 3 anchors. A daily practice that requires your presence. Walk, lift, cook 1 real meal. Something your body can finish and your mind can trust. A small promise you keep to yourself. Read 10 pages. Call your kid. Turn the phone off at night. Kept promises rebuild identity faster than new titles ever could. A vision that belongs to you. Not revenge. Not performance. A picture of the man you respect on a random Tuesday, when no one is clapping. Write 1 line about him. Read it tomorrow. Add another. When grief flares, it will try to recruit you back into the museum. To the pedestal of what we were. Smile at the statue. Say, thank you. Keep walking. You are not the house you lost. You are not the papers you signed. You are not the version of yourself that performed for approval and called it love. You are the choices you make when no one else gets a vote. So take off the costume. Stand there plain, honest, unadorned. Feel the tremble. It will pass. Feel the air. It will stay. Who you are is not gone. He's the one unclenching his fists right now. He's the one learning to hold life with open hands. And that man, not the role, is the one you can trust. A lot of men were taught quietly, consistently to seek validation in a woman's eyes. Be a certain kind of man. Earn her gold star. The measure of a man, they said, is reflected back by her approval. Number. That ends here. Your value is not a mirror you borrow. If you chase a reflection, you'll never meet yourself. Every attempt to prove you're good makes you forget that you already are by decision, by discipline, by what you build when no one's watching. Practically, this means stop running to the next relationship to feel worthy. Let the emptiness burn until it turns into clarity. You don't need a new audience. You need a new agreement with yourself. Here's the trap. You feel a void. You rush to fill it with texts, with attention, with someone new who says the right words. For a week, you feel alive. Then the old hunger returns, because attention is a snack. Worth is a meal you cook for yourself. So call a quiet fast. 30 days minimum. Not chasing. No, prove I'm still desirable calls. No romantic auditions. Let your nervous system reset to its factory settings, calm, steady, self-led. Use the time to build a worth you can't be talked out of. Set standards small, non-negotiable, daily. Sleep like a professional. Train your body because you keep promises to it. Fuel like you respect tomorrow. Work a plan that moves money toward freedom, not performance. Learn 1 skill that compounds. Read 10 pages that sharpen your judgment. Keep a private ledger not of wins, but of integrity. Today I did what I said I would do. Today I told the truth when lying was easier. Today I chose peace over proving. Stack those lines. They become a spine. Reduce your praise intake. Applause used to intoxicate you now. It will merely inform you. If a compliment lifts you too high, a criticism will drop you just as low. Aim for steady, not spiky. Let feedback be data, not oxygen. Audit your motives. Are you working out to build capacity or to post a thirst trap? Are you grinding at work to fund freedom or to buy a moment of, look at me? Shift from performance to purpose, from visibility to value. Rewrite the rules of pursuit. You are available to honesty, not adrenaline. You are drawn to reciprocity, not rescue. You are loyal to your standards, not your loneliness. If she respects your pace, you continue. If she requires you to shrink, you exit. Practice saying your worth out loud without a witness. I am a man of order. I am a man who keeps his word. I am a man whose peace is expensive. Repeat until your body believes you. Belief is built by repetition, not romance. Expect withdrawal. When you stop sourcing validation from outside, your mind will bargain. It will suggest just one conversation, just one date, just one night. Smile at the craving like you would a craving for sugar. You don't argue with it. You outlast it. Relearn solitude. Make a meal for one slowly. Take a long walk without headphones. Sit with the sunset for 10 minutes longer than feels productive. Learn to enjoy your own company until your presence feels like a privilege even to you. And when you do step back into connection, step in as a whole man, not seeking a mirror, offering a life. You're not asking, do I measure up? You're asking, does this align with the man I've decided to be? Here's the final line for this chapter. Worth is not discovered in her eyes. It's demonstrated in your days. The man you become in private is the man you bring in public. Build him now slowly, quietly, thoroughly. So no compliment can inflate you, and no rejection can erase you. Body, lift, walk, sleep, eat protein, drink water. Not to impress anybody. To re-meet your nervous system. Sweat is honesty your mind can't argue with. Momentum in the body becomes momentum everywhere else. Start small. 10 push-ups. A 20-minute walk. Stretch your hips. Open your chest. Breathe deeper than the worry. Aim for consistency, not heroics. 5 days of good enough. Beat 1 day of perfection followed by collapse. Guard sleep like revenue. Screens down. Room dark. Sama bedtime. If you can't sleep, don't punish yourself. Get up, read a few pages, return to bed. You're retraining a body that spent months on alert. Calm is a skill. Fuel like you respect tomorrow. 1 source of protein each meal. Fewer things that spike and crash. More things that steady and sustain. Water before coffee. Sunlight before headlines. Track what you control. Steps. Reps. Slept. Not weight on the scale. Proof of effort. Proof is what quiets the panic when feelings get loud. Money. Money is oxygen for your rebuild. You need enough coming in to fund your values and buy time for your mission. Take the extra gig. Build the side business. Remove debt. Simplify. When the financial lifeblood flows, you have energy to change your world. Deliver value, not just hours. Compensation catches up. Start by stopping the leaks. Cancel what you don't use. Call and renegotiate rates. Sell what's sitting and stealing space. Simplicity isn't lack, it's leverage. Build a small cushion fast. 1 month of expenses. Then 3. Sleep gets better when your life has runway. Upgrade your earning power. Pick one skill that compounds: writing, coding, sales, analytics, public speaking. Practice daily. Ship weekly. Make yourself easy to pay and hard to replace. Move from tasks to outcomes. Don't just clock time. Solve specific problems for specific people. When you create measurable results, you can ask for a measurable fee. Treat money like a teammate. Give it a job. This dollar keeps the lights on. This one buys freedom. This one seeds the future. Mission. You need a mission, not a distraction. A clear vision of the man you're becoming and the life he wakes up inside. If the vision feels foggy, go for a long walk. Reconnect with the music that once moved you. Remember that boy before the roles piled on. Ask, if I dedicated the next 5 years to making myself truly happy and useful, what would I build? Write it down. Name it. When your eyes are up and your path is forward, the past falls behind on its own. Define your North Star in 1 sentence. Plain words, no jargon. I build strong men through simple training. I help small shops tell their story and sell. I design quiet homes for people starting over. Then break it into seasons. 4 90-day sprints a year. Each sprint gets one big outcome. 1, not 5. Focus is how you outrun the past. Guard sacred hours. 2 blocks a day when you're unreachable. Phone outside the room. Deep work. First noise later. Your future deserves prime time, not leftovers. Measure what matters. Inputs you control. Pages written. Pitches sent. Clients served. Let the scoreboard be simple and visible. Wins will come, but discipline must arrive daily. Build a circle that speaks your mission's language. 1 mentor ahead of you. 1 peer beside you. 1 beginner you help. Teaching cements mastery. Service keeps you human. Say no like a professional. If it steals energy, it steals time. If it flatters ego but blurs direction, decline. Clarity is expensive. Protect your investment. Body gives you power. Money gives you runway. Mission gives you meaning. Together, they form the spine of your rebuild. When you strengthen the spine, the rest of the body stops collapsing, and the man who once felt out of control starts steering again. Solo doesn't mean isolated. Call your kids. Not to fix the past in 1 phone call. To say, I'm here. Text the old friend you drifted from over something small. Coffee this week? Simple. Present. No speeches. Apologize where you can. Not to reopen a chapter. To clear the hallway. Let time do what time does. Find your tribe by offering value, not by asking for attention. Share the skill you have. Help someone move. Review or resume. Mentor a beginner. Service builds belonging faster than small talk. Schedule real contact. Walk and talks. Phone down dinners. A Saturday project in the garage. Presence over posts. Prune with kindness. Some connections were crowd noise. Some were tied to the old role. Bless them. Release them. Keep the ones who show up without a performance. Use a simple 2-way test. Do I feel lighter after we talk? Do they call when I stop calling first? Join rooms where honesty is normal. A men's group. A running club. A class where you're a beginner again. Curiosity is social glue. Be the friend you wish you had. On time. No gossip. Keeps confidence. Says the hard thing gently. The goal isn't to fill silence with noise. It's to fill life with people who would come, even if you stopped performing. That's not a crowd. That's a circle. Build it slowly. Stand inside it gratefully. One day you notice something subtle. You don't ask for permission anymore. You wake, choose, act without checking a scoreboard you didn't build. That's autonomy. Once you taste it, you guard it. Make a morning you own. Water, movement, planning. Before messages, before news. Your day starts with you. Install decision, filters. If it costs sleep, it's a no. If I must hide it, it's a no. If my gut tightens and stays tight, it's a no. Simple rules protect complex lives. Audit where you give control away. Subscriptions. Endless favors. Can you just? Requests that steal the afternoon. Say, not today. Mean it kindly. Mean it fully. Move your work toward outcomes, not presence. Results buy freedom. Clock watching sells it. Be careful with any situation that demands you trade freedom for access. Exclusive rooms. Conditional love. Gatekeepers who keep raising the price. If your peace becomes payment, the price is already too high. Practice permissionless building. Launch the tiny project. Write the page. Record the lesson. Ship something small every week. Momentum compounds into money. Because your time serves your mission, not someone else's mood. Protect your calendar like property. 2 deep work blocks. 1 recovery block. 1 social block. Everything else earns its way in. This isn't anti-love. It's self-respect. A good partner won't ask you to shrink to stay. A good life won't require you to beg to live it. Keep your autonomy. Share your peace, never sell it. When you're ready, enjoy good company. Be kind. Be clear. Be non-committal until commitment would add to a life you already love. You don't need to make anyone yours. You don't need a ring to justify presence. Let connection be a gift, not a project. Set your pace on purpose. No future talk on date 1. No we until your life says we without effort. Sleep on every big decision. If urgency appears, check for anxiety in disguise. Keep your routine. Gym stays. Work blocks stay. Weekly time with your circle stays. If dating erases your foundation, you're not dating, you're dissolving. Screen for alignment, not adrenaline. Do values match? Can conflict be calm? Do boundaries get honored the first time? Green flags are quiet. Red flags are expensive. Use the 3-question check. Am I more myself around her? Do I like who I am when I'm with her? Does this connection give energy, not just take attention? If romance starts to cost you clarity, step back. No drama. No speeches. A gentle exit is still an exit. Keep standards written, not imagined. Respect, reciprocity, peace. If one disappears, you do too. The straight line to your transformation was never, find the right woman. It was deciding who you're going to be, then making choices that match it. Show up whole. Share, don't seek. Love, if it comes, should fit a life you already respect. Forgiveness here isn't a speech, it's a release. You don't need to announce it. You don't even need to tell her. Let the bitterness drain so your energy returns to what you're building. Grudges are mortgages on your future. You pay and never own anything. Free yourself privately. Start with truth, not theater. Name the wound once. Write the unsent letter. Say the lines you keep rehearsing on paper, not in her inbox. Shred it, burn it, breathe. Separate facts from the story. Fact, it ended. Story, I was never enough. Keep the fact. Retire the story. Release the debt. Say it softly. I return what I tried to collect from you. Apology, closure, repair. I release you to your path. I release me to mine. Forgiveness is not reunion. You can forgive and still keep distance. Boundaries remain. No response is still a response. Ritual helps the nervous system. Unclench your jaw. Drop your shoulders. Hand on heart. Not mind to carry. Oh. When the mind loops, give it a schedule. 10 minutes to think, then back to life. If it won't matter in 5 years, give it 5 minutes, then move. Stop feeding the grudge. No late night scrolling. No detective work. No reliving the argument you already survived. Attention is fertilizer. Starve what you want to shrink. What forgiveness returns? Your mornings. Your focus. Your ability to love without bargaining. You don't have to win the past to own the future. Close the account. Walk out with your peace. A strange thing happens near the end of this road. You feel thankful. Not for the pain, for the push. Without the collapse, you might still be pretending in a role that slowly erased you. Now you're healthier, calmer, more useful, more yourself. You do what you do because you choose it, not to earn a grade no one is handing out. The mirror tells the truth, and you don't look away. Self-trust returns one kept promise at a time. Notice the quiet gifts. A morning that starts without tension. A home arranged for the life you live. Work that pays for freedom, not appearances. Friends who show up without the performance. A body that feels inhabited again. Gratitude doesn't rewrite what happened. It reframes what happens next. Because it ended, I began. Because I lost, I learned. Because I fell, I found ground. On the best days, you can imagine a kind of choreography in all of this. The hard route that brought you back to yourself. Call it providence, call it alignment. Either way it fits. Keep the practices that built this peace. Guard sleep. Move daily. Point money toward freedom. Do deep work before noise. Say no quickly. Say yes slowly. Let love in only where it strengthens the life you've built. If you're at the bottom, don't rush to fix the past. Accept, then breathe. Let go of roles and things that no longer fit the man you're becoming. Pick up the simplest controls. Body, money, mission. Reconnect with people who matter. Protect the autonomy you fought to win. Date gently or don't at all, but never again trade clarity for company. Forgive privately so your future belongs to you. And when joy returns, because it will, don't apologize for it. You didn't get colder. You got clear.